Karin Du Chenne from TNS, a very warm welcome to the Red Zone. It's good to have you, and thanks for talking to us. The Global Mobile Life Survey. What is it, and what are you trying to achieve?
Mobile life is all about understanding how the mobile phones are changing the way we do things, how we live our lives, and how this impacts how marketers are talking to us.
Do you get a sense that marketers are not engaging with this particular platform sufficiently? Do they actually understand what is going on?
I think it's changing so fast that it's quite hard to keep on top of it. And we do the survey every year. It's actually a survey of 38,000 people across 43 markets.
That's big.
And just designing the survey itself and keeping up with what we have to ask is a challenge in its own right. So for marketers, they have to be adapting all the time, and what's in today can be out tomorrow. But certainly I think some of our marketers across Africa are adapting quite quickly.
What is the prevailing attitude, do you think, towards the mobile economy right now?
Well, certainly people, the mobile phone is an extension of yourself, and people cannot imagine their lives without their phones. And certainly in a country like South Africa, it's enabled people to have so much more opportunity. People are using the internet on their phone. People are using mobile payments, are one of the highest in Africa than we get anywhere else in the world. And what we expect from our phone is just so much more than what the average person might in Europe or in America.
But we're frightened of it. It doesn't have,
Absolutely.
It comes with problems. This is Mike Hornigold, Director of Emerging Shopper Technologies at the Coca-Cola Company, somebody that you quote in the survey. He says, I think what we're discovering is that we're in the early stages of the game. I think you've just made that point. And with that, we are actually probably experiencing more shopper frustration than shopper benefit at this time. What is he saying?
You know, we're trying to adapt and we're trying to give people new benefits and new features, but you also have to overcome those existing fears, and people need to first try this new thing, and if they've never even done anything other than send an SMS, playing with apps and being interactive can sometimes be a bit of a challenge.
Is it fear, or is it simply poor technology that doesn't meet the needs that the consumer actually has?
Well, actually, I think it's the fact that our technology is changing so quickly and so much better that's driving the growth in people using their phones. If I look at something like mobile banking just even 5 years ago, the phones were not designed, the devices were very difficult, cumbersome and tough to use. Nowadays, the average smartphone to bank, 5 minutes, and we see South Africa is very into mobile banking.
All right, so ease of commerce and payment is one aspect of it, but any brand is wanting to go into this medium also to do other things. Part of that is building brand loyalty. Can you build brand loyalty through mobile channels?
People lead very busy, crazy lives, and if there's something that just saves time, and a great example is the Starbucks app in the US, where you can just whip past with your phone, and we have that here with Vida. It just saves time, and you know who I am. You can build that loyalty. You know that I like a double cappuccino with no sugar.
Well, thanks
you
for
can
sharing
have
that
it
with
ready.
us, yes. Okay.
You can have it ready for me, and I can get onto my day feeling great about your brand.
And there's a de facto link between that ease of technology and brand loyalty, because what you're saying is that works for me. In other words, I'm going to be loyal to the brand. I will go back and do that again.
Yes, but I think the challenge is that so often you have to get people to start, and our thinking, I would say specifically in South Africa, it's still a lot more traditional marketing oriented. So how do we understand that the mobile is part of generating social and getting people to talk and share and be a part of each other's lives? So any brand that can connect into that conversation that people are having and using their phones, and I don't know what makes something go viral, but when it does, it certainly can work for your brand loyalty.
Not only got to get people to start, I accept that, but you've also got to come with a workable solution and a creative solution at that.
Yeah.
That Starbucks or that Cafe Vida example is a very good one. Not everybody thinks perhaps in those lateral terms in terms of building that brand loyalty.
Yeah, we tend to think more traditionally, and really connecting with people and seeing how you can just tap into their lives is the little thing we have to catch.
All right, so purchase is one aspect, brand loyalty is the other. The survey also talks about impacting the path to purchase, giving consumers greater power and revolutionizing the in-store experience. That's part of brand loyalty, but it's also going into a store and making sure that there is an optimum relationship between what the store is offering, price, and also my hurried life. What has the survey shown you in that respect?
Well, certainly in sophisticated markets, we see a concept that we call showrooming. in which I'll go into the store,
Yeah.
I try out the device, I see what it feels like, I experience it, and then I go online and I check what the price is and I go buy it possibly through an online means. In South Africa, people aren't that comfortable to buy online yet, but they certainly are using price checking. Price Check is one of the sites that's grown incredibly in South Africa. So we need to...
So how does that work?
I go into the store, I can just scan the barcode, and then it tells me where else it's available. So I can walk down to Game if I happen to be in Pick n Pay, or I can go down to the other store that's in the centre, and Price Check will tell you where you can get the best deal.
Which tells me the brand retailer also has to be
Yeah.
on point and on their toes in terms of setting a pricing strategy.
A good example in South Africa that where people have really used mobile to its best advantage is actually the Canal Walk Shopping Centre in Cape Town. At Christmas time this year, they put up these fabulous walls of all the products that were on special for the Christmas season. And a person could go past with their phone, just scan the QR code, and they could add it to a Christmas list, email that to their parents, whatever it is, just making it easier that you don't have to go through the hustle and bustle of shopping. You know what you can get, and you can look at the best prices then and there and use mobile to your advantage.
Just a final question, and this is from the survey the previous year, and I think you're building on this. The survey said in emerging markets, people with lower GDP levels typically have fewer technology devices and rely on their mobile
Correct.
device. What I'm also sensing now is that in the 12 months since the last survey was done, that figure of mobile device penetration has grown incrementally. It's up to brands, it's up to organizations to take greater advantage of it. So the canvas is there, they've simply got to use it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And, you know, what we're seeing is that phone is still the primary device across sub-Saharan Africa, but the quality of the phone is improving all the time. So as I get a better device, so too do I expect more from it. And we're seeing great growth in things like WhatsApp and other social kind of issues where it's quite cheap to send information to each other, whereas in the past it was really just mix it and other smaller things. Now apps are starting to really take off here as the phones are getting better.
And who knows what you're going to come with in 12 months' time when the survey is done again.
Well, we'll have to
Karin Du
redesign
Chenne
the questions.
from TNS, thank you very much for joining us.